What is up, guys? It is Carly here bringing you day number 20 of my 25 days of Christmas horror, and today I'm going to be talking about one that I tried to watch earlier on in this series and just didn't really pay attention, so I don't know why I would do this to myself, but I put it back on last night and watched it, and yeah, that is Santa Claus from the year 1996. This is a John Russo film, which he was someone involved with helping George Romero make Night of the Living Dead, and he went on to have like a smallish little career from that himself. And this is one of his masterworks. So yeah, Santa Claus is basically about you. It opens up with this little boy who sees his mom sleeping with a man who is not his father. The dad left or died or something like that. I don't know. Either way, the real dad's not there. So the kid sees mom is sleeping with this other man, and he's mad because it's like, what are you doing trying to replace dad? So he decides to kill them both with a gun, and then you kind of have this police officer, which I believe is John Russo himself playing the character. He has a very distinguished Pittsburgh accent. It's very evident when he talks. It's pretty funny. But, you know, he's talking to another cop basically alluding to, oh, this kid will get locked up for a little bit and then he's too young to be locked up forever, so they'll let him free when he's an adult, yada yada. Then it skips ahead and you have this girl who is like, I guess, I don't even know really, she's like an erotic actress type of thing. Like she does like film shoots where she dances all sexy to music and strips down naked, and then there's supposed to be like a storyline to it. It's not porn, but it's like an erotic thingy. I don't know what you really call I guess erotic videos. I don't know. And so you skip to her. She has marital problems, and she has two daughters with this guy who actually shoots these videos. He is a director or cinematographer or whatever of these erotic videos, and he travels to shoot them, and I believe that's how they met. She was one of the actresses, and he ended up getting with her and marrying her, but now he wants a divorce, and he's kind of cheating on her and stuff like that. And then all along she has this neighbor who is pretty creepy in my opinion, and probably most people's opinions, but you know, seems super sweet and nice, and lives right next door, and she lets him babysit her kids and stuff going forward. So essentially the movie's all about this horrible mother who lets her kids be watched by this sketchy neighbor. And then of course, the neighbor turns out to have more sinister intentions. He has become obsessed with this woman. He has like a mannequin figure of her, or, you know, face replica of her in his house, and all her pictures everywhere. And he like kind of talks to the figure and thinks he's talking to her and stuff like that. So of course it progresses. He ends up becoming the Santa Claus and killing people with a claw. Get it? Santa Claus. Yeah, so this movie's pretty horrible. It's shot, it just looks really cheap for one thing. The biggest thing, you know, it definitely has some fun value to it for me personally, and I think a lot of it is, for one thing, it's shot in like Pittsburgh area. I believe it was shot, you know, in the city, as well as Clairton, which is like a little town offshoot of Pittsburgh, about 15 minutes outside or so. So, you know, right there, I always find it fun watching movies shot around here, and you could just tell that they're shot in Pennsylvania or nearby because of like the trees and the weather changes, and just the gloomy way it looks outside. You just get that feeling, and it's very comforting almost when you see a movie shot around these parts. But you know, besides that, there's music in the movie. That's definitely the biggest killer for me, is the music is awful to me. To me personally, it's awful. And it wouldn't be that bad, but they replay, there's like two songs in this movie that they reuse twice, like 2 or 3 times, especially at the beginning. It kind of opens up after the you know, the opening with the kid, it goes on to introduce you to like our main actress walking around town, and they play like the super just depressing, annoying Christmas song that's, I don't even know how, I forget, it was like, I'll be home on Christmas, you know, something like that. And then when the girls are dancing, they're dancing to like the same song over and over. So it's very tedious to watch and listen to. It just stands out that it's like they're clearly like, you, I don't know if this is, I don't know what this music is from, or if like someone wrote it specifically for the movie or what, but it's just annoying to keep hearing. And then you just, like I said, it's shot, like, you could tell it was pretty cheaply made. Like, there's a part where, when she's, I think it's when the main actress is being, like, filmed, and the shoot wraps up, there's someone in the background being like, all right, now let's pack everything up, boys. And that's clearly John Russo as well, which is funny. It's, again, his Pittsburgh accent coming out. But you could tell he's like it just doesn't sync up right, to where you could tell he's like right in the camera, like, all right, move those cords over there and stuff. And it's hard to, the audio is off. But overall, you know, the movie is bad. Probably wouldn't have any reason to watch it again. I would say it definitely has some so bad it's good type qualities to it for some people, probably. I know other people, most people would probably hate this and just think it's pure awful, but there's some laughable lines and moments in it. There's a part where it's like, Wayne, is that you or something? And he's like, no, I'm Santa Claus. And it's just, and this Wayne character, that's the neighbor, he's just so obviously creepy. And he's like, I'll watch your kids for you. And it's like, I would never let this man around my kids if I had kids. Like, this mother should have been investigated after this all wrapped up. But of course it ends with like this happy ending and stuff like that. But yeah, so it's just a ridiculous film. It also feels like it's ripping off Maniac with him talking to this head he has of this girl. I think he's like calling it mother a few times. So it's very Maniac inspired, if you want to call it that. But yeah, overall not good. I would give it a 3 out of 10, I think. Yeah. So we're almost to the end here, boys and girls. It's been fun. I've watched some really good movies. I've watched pretty much all the like go-tos that I have each year in this, so that's been cool. But I've also watched some stinkers, and I watched another one that I'm probably going to be reviewing next on here. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys again for joining me here for day number 20, and I will see you tomorrow for day 21.